Honestly, you've been doing an amazing job in this space. One of the reasons I'm super excited to do this podcast again is that I've learned some things about what I don't do well. And I also have sort of struggled with the question, should I do those things better? Because what if it's, I always use the same example of the fitted sheet. When you're trying to put a queen size fitted sheet on a king size mattress, he's like, okay, I got that corner squared away. And then you get another corner that pops off and they have to go back around. I wonder whether I can improve my style in the ways in which, I think it's just a recognition of a difference. You do a better job of getting to the soul of a really top intellectual guest and making them accessible and presenting them as themselves for a huge number of people. And I'd give my eye tooth to be able to do that.
Hey, do you ever think about this? Like, because I think about what is the greatest conversation I'll ever have. Like in a sense, the portal, not to reduce it to anything, but there will be the greatest conversation. You may have already had it, but it's very possible if enough people like me can keep twisting your arm to keep doing the portal, please, there'll be an amazing conversation. And one of the questions that I ask myself is like, who is the person that I'm especially equipped? For some reason, I'm convinced on Putin. There's something in my head that says I can do this man better than anyone else in this world. I got this thought in my head about it. I don't know why. And I'm convinced, but I think the universe works in that way. Like if it tells you, it's going to happen.
The way I would say it is that almost everybody who becomes a Supreme Court justice believes at a very early age they're going to become a Supreme Court justice. Many people believe at an early age that they can do it, don't get there. But of those who get there, almost all of them had this sort of, well, I call it pathological self-confidence. And I do think you have pathological self-confidence and you also have humility. And most people would hear those as a contradiction. I think that you would not be able to get away with what you do if you didn't have the humility. And so I think, the great danger is that your equation becomes unbalanced, that you either lose the humility or you lose the humility overwhelms the ego and the drive. Because right now you've got a Mexican standoff in your mind and the rest of us are just benefiting.
That's beautifully put.
My Mexican standoffs aren't as stable as yours. It's all Reservoir Dogs all the time.
Yeah.
But actually the person who that describes is Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel thinks more, people always say like, what does Peter think about X, Y, and Z, P, and Q? It's like, well, do you want communist Peter? Do you want hyper-capitalist Peter?
Minds in there.
Oh my God. Right? On everything. That's why he's successful, is that he's got all these minds fighting each other. And so when people say Peter is this or Peter is that, I just laugh because nobody who knows him would describe him as having thoughts at the level that people are claiming. And I do think that, in my case, there's also pathological epistemic humility. Like I know how little I can do in one life. I know how many things I've screwed up. I know how many things I've got wrong. And on the other hand, I know that if not, it's like Hillel's questions, if I'm not for myself, who will be for me? And if I'm only for myself, what am I? If not now, when? At some level, there's a question about if I don't decide that someone is capable and that somebody is me, and if I apply that to everyone else on the planet, then nobody's going to do anything. And so I do think that one of the things that people like you and I get is, who are you to say that?
Right.
F that, man. Just sign me up for some Dunning-Kruger.
Yeah, but it's multiple minds, like you said. Like this morning, I was feeling so good and confident I couldn't think no wrong. And I remember last night clearly thinking that I'm the dumbest human who's ever lived.
Yeah,
and
great.
Nothing I've ever said is worth anything. And what the fuck am I doing with my life? Why am I scared? I was terrified of this conversation. Who the hell am I?
This conversation?
Because I'm an idiot. And because,
Lex.
But no. But this morning,
Aha.
I was the baddest motherfucker who's ever walked this earth. So I was very conscious. I think it was the coffee. I'm not sure. Maybe some sleep.
This sounds very Russian, and it involves multiple beverages, some of them being alcoholic, others containing caffeine.
There's, in fact, I can't share the story behind it, but there is a bottle of vodka in the fridge.
Okay.
So, I mean, I
I should have hit you for coffee because this is a morning show here.